Today's my birthday and I'm starting my tomato seeds. I have all of the tomato varieties I'm growing this year here, and I have already put some soil in this little tray. I couldn't be more excited for this. I feel like I have been holding off to start the seeds for a really long time. I decided to start them a little later this year and it just feels like an eternity. So I wanted to do it on my birthday, so I remember the exact day that I sold them when I go through the season. And if it works, if they do well, that could be a little fun birthday tradition. I used the Joni's compost mix to start this. It's the same one I used with my brassicas and they did really well. Got these handy 72 cell trays that's gonna fit a lot more than the ones I was using before. I was reusing some six plug cells like this one. So this is one of the brassicas that I started and is already ready to be planted outside. It's with the same soil mix. I have not put any fertilizer on it, so it grew up to this big just with the nutrients from the soil. That's why I decided to start my tomatoes with them too. These little cells here, they are definitely smaller, which is okay because I like to repot my tomatoes anyway when it gets time, so I can bury them a little deep and encourage some more root growth. I'll show you guys that when it's time to do it. I have also labeled everything already with my birthday. So cute. I'm filming this on the day of my birthday, March 14th, but you're gonna be seeing this on the 15th because I need some time to edit it. So they are labeled March 14th here, and I have taken the time before this video real quick to just write down all of the varieties and put the date on it. I like to get everything ready before I start. Kind of the same thing I like to do when I'm cooking. I'm just gonna go ahead and start sowing all of these seeds, and I'm going to give a good watering after. One more thing I want to point out, I did not pre-moisten this pot in soil. I did that on my last batches of seeds too. Instead, I'm going to put water. I'm going to bottom water them, and through this little tray here, I'm just going to put water in here and kind of soak them well. It's just a little bit easier. If I had to transfer from the bag to a container, put some water in there, I didn't have a lot of time today. It worked for me the other times I did it, so that's the method I'm choosing, but please choose what's best for you. A lot of people, they say you must pre-moisten the soil. I'm just doing this to save some time. When I bottle water them, they do fine too. I do at the end mist with a little bit of water, or today I'm going to use this. Actually, I upcycled this little mid-quart thing to make a seedling watering vessel, I'll say. So I'm going to be using this to water my tomatoes from the top, so they get the top soil also get a little moist, so that will also help with the germination. I'm going to start with cherry tomatoes, and the first one I'm going to sow is this one. It's called Jasper. It's an F1 hybrid, and I grew it last year. I grew in my green stock actually, and it produced well, but I want to try to grow in a separate pot this year. There didn't come with a lot of seeds, there's only a few left, so I'm going to plant 3 seeds here in the same hole. And if they all germinate, what I'm going to do, I'm going to separate them and use all 3 seedlings. It's just a regular red variety, and but it kind of grows a bit more separated from each other. Then I have this one too. I'm going to do this one. It's new actually. I got when I got my potting soil. It's called Supersweet 100, and I just heard really good things about it. It's also F1 hybrid, so I decided to get it too when I was getting my potting soil. I was thinking about it since last year and I didn't get it. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try. I might put it in the ground too, but the plan now is to grow in a container and see how it goes. So for this one, I'm going to put 6 seeds, or I have 7 in my hand, so let's go with 7. Right after that, I want to plant this Sungold tomato right here. Actually, this came with the green stock pack that I got, like a seed pack, a summer bundle that they have, and this was one of the varieties that was in it. I'm gonna grow some extra because I might give them away to friends, to neighbors, or I might even sell them. I'm thinking that I might sell some of the seedlings. I don't know yet. Let's see how many seeds comes in this pack. Doesn't come with a lot of seeds. Came with this little other pack inside. There's a few seeds stuck in there. But let me see. Maybe 6 plants would be good. 1, 2, 3. Put the seed back. I don't like to leave seeds. I'll save this for next year. But then next, I'm gonna do this yellow pear tomato right in front of here. So yellow pear, I am just going to grow 3 seeds of it. This yellow pear over here. And this one came with a lot of seeds. And when I'm sowing this, I'm just placing them on top of the soil. Some of this white stuff's called perlite, so it can look like a seed, but this guy here is a seed. And you can see 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Kind of lay them on top. and then I kind of just push them. I don't get the soil super compacted, so I'll just have space to do this. And if I need at the end, I'll just come and put like a little, like very thin layer, a little bit more soil on top. But I prefer to do this, I find it faster. Next, I'm going to do this one. It's called Vernissage, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, Art Colors Mixed Tomato, but this is supposed to be a Ukrainian variety, so I'm planting this. So for this guy, I'm gonna plant a few more because it's a mix, and I want to see if I can get most of these colors. So I'm gonna do 3 cells, and I'm gonna do 3 on each too. So there it is. Next, I'm gonna do this. I'm super excited for too, Black Strawberry Tomato. I'm very excited for this variety. It looks so pretty on this pack. I really want to see how it grows. It's new. I have never grown it before. It was new to Berkeley Creek too. Next, I'm gonna do Berries Crazy Cherries, and I really hope it does well because I can't wait to see this really large clusters. I did not get that last year. I'm very, very excited to see if it will happen this year, because it would be super awesome to not have so many plants but have a lot of fruit from it. Let's see how that's gonna go. I've got a few. Also planting this Atomic Grape Tomato. So let's see. This one is technically not a cherry tomato. It's a little bit bigger. This is a little bit bigger than a cherry, but not as big as a slicer. Let's see how that would do too. It's my first time growing it. Now I'm gonna move on to these slicers, and I'm gonna keep with the orange theme. I'm gonna do this Brandywine yellow actually. It looks like I have a lot more space than I thought I would have. So I'm gonna keep going this way and see how it goes. I'm gonna move to this super cool one here that I can't pronounce the name, so you just read it over there. It's supposed to look similar to the Costoluto Genovese that I grew last year, and I absolutely love that tomato, but this one is orange, which I really like the flavor of orange tomato, so I'm very excited to see how this is going to taste like and how this is going to do. And after that, I'm doing this Organge Jazz tomato. This was my favorite tomato last year that I grew. It was so delicious, best tasting one. I was surprised by the taste. I was not expecting to taste that good. Then I got this one for free with one of my Berkeley Creek order, and I'm gonna decide to plant it too. This has an orange tomato. Gonna see how it's gonna do in the garden. Now let's do this striped German. These are from the Hudson Valley Seed Company. Never grew that before, but heard many good things about it online. I'm gonna move on to this really pretty one that I grew last year, and it looked so nice. It was not my favorite to taste. It's not bad, it tastes good, but it's just very mild. But I'm definitely growing again for its beauty. Next, this green tie-dye. It's very pretty, it looks really pretty from here, and it's supposed to taste really good, so I never tasted before, and I can't wait to taste it too. This one was also recommended to me for flavor, so this is Anans Noir. Then this Black Beauty. So excited for this one. I have had this one, never grown it, but I have had it before from a local farm, and it's so delicious. Can't wait to have it in my garden too. I love supporting farmers markets, and I think it's very important, but it can be a little pricey if you buy them in there. Here I think it's about $5 to $6 a pound. Those are big tomatoes. If you grow them at home, you can save a considerable amount of money if you like to eat them. Even if you don't have a lot of space, if you can grow like just a few of these varieties that are unique. Okay, next going is the Robenson. Very excited about this one too, because a very famous YouTuber that I really like to watch, she say this is her favorite variety, and I have never tried it. I have had the Cherokee Purple, and used to be one of my favorites too. So I'm giving it a try to this one this year and not growing the Cherokee Purple. So let's see. But I love this dark smoky tomatoes. And right next to that, I'm going to grow the Purple Heart. I got this from Hudson Valley. There's no picture in here either, but it's also a black tomato. Like this color, not black, I guess. This one also has the same color but the shape of a heart. So I'm has a little point underneath. I'm super excited to grow that too. This tray is filling up and it's looking so nice. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Can't wait for tomato season. So almost there. I still have a few left here. Mostly my red tomatoes. I'm gonna also grow this Midnight Roma variety. It's supposed to make really good sauce, and it was bred for flavor. from Rose 7 seeds. And he said here's a semi-determinate tomato. That's interesting. And my favorite red tomato last year, the Costoluto Genovese. Or I hope I'm saying that right too. So this was really good, so good, and the fruit's so pretty. Actually, there's a lot of seeds in here. I think I put some of my seeds from a tomato that I harvested from plant, and then I dried them out and reused the package. I think I did that because it's a lot of seeds in here compared to the other ones. So hopefully they're nice and viable. This was actually a tasty tomato for sauce as well. I did some sauce and made some salsa with it last year because I had a lot of it, and it was just great. So it has this interesting shape, so it's nice as a slicer. It looks attractive. And also make good sauce and has good flavor, so all winner for me. Alright, that's a Costoluto. Now I'm gonna do this Amish Paste, which I also have heard very good things about. Lots of people favorite paste tomato. I did not grow that last year, so I am growing this year to see if I can grow enough to can a lot of sauce. I'm very excited. Even though I live in a small apartment, I did can a little bit last year, and I'm planning to can this year too. Amish Paste and Roma are very similar. I'm going to do the New Yorker tomato. After I bought this one, I went to the Hudson Valley Seed Company. That was pretty cool. That said New Yorker had a little bit of the New York City subway map in there. Or just the map, the New York City map, the little classic ones you get. So I decided to buy, it's a determinate tomato too, and it's supposed to be super early. It's supposed to produce after 63 days from transplanting. And is cold tolerant, which for now I think I could put this out earlier if it's looking well. Let's see, I might make a little experiment with this. So because this is a determinate, it's also a great option for containers if you're gardening in a small space too. Then I'll do the Roma right next to the Amish Paste. It looks similar. Oh, there's a lot of seeds on this guy. And this is container friendly, this one from Berkeley. Oops. I got this as a gift, as I mentioned in my last video. Someone from Instagram. I actually think I pronounced her name wrong. Sorry, I'm from Brazil, I have an accent. In my language I would read Ina, but I think it's Aina. So I'm so sorry, Aina, if I pronounce it wrong. But she was kind enough to send me a few tomatoes from her own garden, a few seeds. And I'm super thankful. I'm going to try grow this year and see how I'll do here in my garden. This is the pink Berkeley tie-dye tomato. Heard amazing things about it too. Supposed to be a very tasty tomato, so I'm very excited for this, and a very pretty one too. It has a more like a, from the pictures I've seen, it's a little darker, almost like a Paul Harbison, like this color, and has some stripes on it. So excited to see how it's gonna look like in my garden this year. Let me put a few extra seeds here. Okay, now I'm gonna do the Indigo, the Blue Beauty up there. Blue Beauty is similar to the Black Beauty tomato, but I don't think it gets all black all over. It just has a shoulder, like the yellow one I showed you guys, the Sart Roloise. Never pronounced that right too. And Indigo Rose, hopefully does well here. And that's it, I'm finished. So one of the reasons that I don't like to actually cover before when I'm putting, it's because I want to make sure that I planted everything. I tend to forget sometimes, so I'm just going to push them down. I don't even think I need to add an extra soil. This soil is really fluffy and there's some space down there, so I'm just going to go ahead and push everything in. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and water with this. On the last video that I sold seeds, I just sprayed some water on top. But for this time I'm doing this. I did this last year actually. I upcycled one of these bottles, and this year we had to buy milk in a rush and ended up getting this small container here. So I'm going to do the same thing. And it works great because it's not as long. You can kind of control the pressure, and it doesn't go directly in one spot as you do if you're doing a waterer, like a little long nose waterer. Just move the seeds all around. So I really like this, and it's good to upcycle things. I'm glad that I could reuse this jug. It's looking really nice. And that's it. I'm going to now just do some bottom watering. If you're curious to see how I did that, just make sure to check out this video over here. I'll show how I do it in the end. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see how these tomatoes are going to do in my garden this year. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.